Let's Get Fit Week continues now through June 8th. The gym and restaurants across town are offering deals to get you moving more and eating better. There are tons of free community events going on geared all towards your health. Today we're discussing how you're never too old to start looking and feeling better.
Dr. John Marshall Mullins with Marshall Lifestyle Medicine is here in Lexington, and he gives us an inside look at how to get healthy from the inside out. Dr. Mullins, good to see you.
Ladies, thank you for having me.
So
I really
great
appreciate
to have
it.
You. Now, I have to tell you, I have toured the compound, the entire facility, and I have met the wonderful people at Marshall Lifestyle Medicine, and I mean, they are cutting edge on all the big stuff.
Well, you're too kind, first off, but at the same time, I really appreciate the comments because we really wanted to create an environment where people really felt overwhelmed in a positive way when they walk through our doors, because the things that we're trying to emphasize as a medical practice in the past have been kind of underemphasized in the medical community, which is all about prevention. And
that's right.
And getting fit falls right in line with that, because almost all of the diseases that the citizens of Kentucky and around the country suffer from, almost all can be mitigated if a person can get and maintain a healthy weight. So when you get fit and you emphasize the principles relative to getting fit, it really makes my job easier as a physician. I don't have to develop plans to manage their diabetes, their high blood pressure, heart disease, strokes. So Marshall Lifestyle Medicine is everything about making you the best version of yourself, and it all starts with lifestyle behavior changes.
Absolutely.
And it starts too with positive people helping to lead you in that way. And the thing that's so neat is the way your team comes together and helps people work through and gives great suggestions, great ideas, and continued feedback on what people need to be able to progress.
I think everybody works better when they have a script to follow, and they have some basis of accountability that kind of keep them going around the right track. And you mentioned the team approach. We really have spent a lot of time trying to make sure we have developed a health team model that can keep people going in the right direction, and they know that they've got a team of support that they can reach out to, not just as their doctor, but we have health coaches and nutritionists and other things that can help them to keep them going, because even though we have a wealth of information available online at our fingertips right now, there is no substitute for the face-to-face and the interpersonal communication that can be done in our practice.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about some of the best preventative measures that people can be taking today. If they watch this and they say, okay, I do want to change and prevent some of those health issues a lot of Kentuckians have, what are some of maybe your kind of general guidelines?
Well, I think the first thing it starts with is just doing an overall health assessment. Now, we talk about in medicine sometimes that's called like a wellness exam. It's find a provider that you trust that can just give you in simplistic terms, a snapshot of where you are. It's based on your family history, your own lifestyle as it stands currently, and then have a person that can help you establish the goals going forward, so that if you have a history of diabetes or cancer in your family, it's good to know, but you're not boxed into that forever. And frequently, I think in Kentucky, we have a lot of issues related to chronic disease, and we feel like it's genetic based. It's really not. Almost all of what we suffer from is lifestyle based, and those lifestyle behavior changes get transmitted through generations oftentimes. So the first thing is this knowledge, knowing where you are. And then once you have a knowledge and then you have somebody that can help guide you, it's great to do kind of an inventory of your life in general. I think it's helpful for everybody at a certain age to kind of do this is where I am, and this is where I'd like to be. And without even having those two things, you will never get to where you want to be. You have to kind of have that. Then if you can find a doctor, or even it doesn't even necessarily have to be a physician, someone that can help guide you down the path to eating better, exercising smartly. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a million gyms. Not all of them are equal. And finding somebody that can help you achieve the goals that you're after, the main one should always be trying to get as close as possible to your ideal body weight and maintaining it. And in Kentucky, where we have bourbon and we have a lot of things, kind of good food and robust nightlife, oftentimes we really have to really look critically at what we're doing. And we're not saying that omit everything. It's just kind of doing it in balance. And if you can learn how to do everything in balance, I tell you, your life just kind of comes together magically.
Yes, so much more information. You can contact Marshall Lifestyle Medicine for more. Also go to letsgetfitweek.com for a list of all the activities going on now. Stay with us. We'll be right back.